The most talked about new method of training dogs employs the use of the Midwest home. Using this small home, we can actually stimulate the dog's normal and natural desire to curl up in small places, get his back up against something, and feel safe and secure. It's a great way to train your dog.
I've researched and advocated this method of teaching our canine friends for years. I have countless veterinary clients and friends who would never have another puppy without using this method of training. Dogs in the wild live in a den. The den provides a wild dog protection from predators and the elements. It provides them a great deal of security and psychological satisfaction. In your home, your dog has no such place to call his own. Therefore, he makes feeble attempts to curl up under coffee tables, chairs, or in corners. By giving them back their den in our domestic homes, we can actually take advantage of Mother Nature and quickly housebreak, control chewing, and actually raise a more well-adjusted, more self-confident dog and keep him safe from just about anything. Here's how. Simply start from early puppyhood and have the little guy sleep and rest in his home. Almost without trying, he'll train himself to seek the security and comfort inside his little dog room. If necessary, toss a little treat in the home to encourage him to go in on his own. Don't force him. Coax him with food and reward him with praise. Now, he may back out or he may be very shy at first, but that's normal. Just take it slow and soon he'll be going in on his own. Now, at first, don't close the door on him. Let him get comfortable with going in and out on his own. Once he's happy and unafraid of the new home, simply restrain him at the door with your hand. Make him stay in the home for just a few minutes, then you can gradually increase the time you have him stay in the home with your hand at the door, and be sure to praise him and this accepting behavior. Once he's comfortable with this, probably a few hours or a few days of short training sessions, simply restrain him at the door with the door. Again, praising him lavishly for that accepting behavior. Soon, he'll be very secure in his home with the door closed. Slowly, you can get further and further away from him while he's in his home. Of course, always praising his accepting behavior. Eventually, the pup will sit quietly and sleep in his home with the door closed. I recommend that during all unsupervised times, you simply close the door and he stays in his home. But during times when someone can supervise him, have him out to play and train as much as you like. While he's inside his home, he will not urinate or defecate. You see, this is Mother Nature's way of keeping the home clean. He won't feel isolated either because the Midwest home provides essential visibility and ventilation, just like a baby in a playpen. Understand that little puppies have to go about every 2 to 4 hours when they're very young, so what do? On a schedule, you let the little guy out. Teach him the route to the door, you praise him at the door, and you take him out to the part of the yard where you want him to go. Very quickly, you are teaching him an elimination schedule that will stay with him for the rest of his life. As your pup gets older, say about 4 to 6 months of age, you can gradually leave him in his home longer periods of time, and of course, gradually he can hold it longer. Soon, he can be in his home all day if necessary, until someone arrives to let him out to do his business or for your daily training sessions. When your dog is an adult, you'll probably just keep the door open all the time. Now your dog is housebroken, and he will have access to his home whenever he wants. Other benefits of this kind of training include controlling your puppy's normal and natural tendency to chew everything in sight. When he's confined, your pup can't reach inappropriate objects like furniture or your shoes. In order to help focus normal puppy chewing on approved objects, play with him with his toys. With problem chewers, try to avoid tug-of-war games. This tends to make them more orally fixated. Go find or retrieve are great games that will focus this normal and natural chewing behavior onto appropriate objects. Try to avoid having out too many chew toys at any given time. You may certainly very well want to have 20 chew toys for your pet, but only let him have 3 or 4 at a time. Leave the rest of them hidden away in a closet. Then every 3 or 4 weeks or so, rotate out 3 or 4 new ones. This way, the pup always has a new smell and feel to keep him interested in chewing on appropriate things. Also, leave 1 or 2 of his approved chew toys in his dog home during the day while you're gone. This will further direct his chewing attention to these objects and not to your furniture or shoes. Now, when workmen or other visitors come over, it's easy to put your dog in his home in order to keep him out from underfoot. In the case of protective dogs, it makes your visitors feel a bit more secure as well. This would also keep a new pup confined so he won't slip out the front door. When your pet is sick or injured, his home becomes his hospital room. When treating pets at home, the whole process is easier if they can be confined. Things like hot packs, cold packs, movement restriction, and giving medications are all easier when the pet is safe inside his room. When you travel, the home becomes his first-class seat aboard your car. This keeps him out from under your feet and away from the driver, and extra safe in case of an accident. In case emergency workers had to remove your dog from an accident scene, such a task would be safe and easy if your pet was in a Midwest home. Trained in this manner, dogs have less behavior problems, are more secure and self-confident, and easier to obedience train and stay calm when they need to be boarded. Because you've taken advantage of this natural instinct since early puppyhood, they are much less susceptible to insecurity, nervousness, and anxiety, which can cause many objectionable behavior problems in dogs. I've had countless veterinary clients, talk radio callers, and friends train their dogs in this manner, and they tell me they wouldn't do it any other way. I've trained my last 2 German Shepherds using this method, and I absolutely agree. I highly recommend the Midwest home because it provides good vision and ventilation. The DuraGuard coating makes it easy to clean, and it will look very nice in your home. Midwest homes are cool in the summer, and a blanket can be draped over it if necessary to prevent drafts in the winter. Let's talk about some do's and don'ts in using this type of training. Don't leave your very young puppy in his home all day. You see, at 6 weeks of age, a pup can only hold his bladder about 4 hours. By 8 weeks, about 5 hours. By 12 weeks of age, 6 hours. And by 5 to 6 months of age, a puppy should be able to hold his little bladder for about an 8-hour workday. This means that while training a pup, someone needs to make arrangements to come home midday and let the little guy out. Then, of course, you can gradually lengthen the time he stays in his home. Don't scold your pup for eliminating in his home. At first, there will be accidents. You should ignore them, clean them up, and pay close attention to his schedule for the next couple of days. Soon, you and he will be back on track and back on schedule. Don't put housebreaking pads in your pet's home. You see, we're trying to take advantage of your pup's normal instinct not to go in his home, and many of these pads act to help encourage a puppy to go where the pad is, so don't put him in his home. Don't let your new pup roam through your house unsupervised. This is a key point. Keep your eye on your pup so that when he sniffs and circles, an indication that he's about to go, you can quickly and gently guide him to the door, praise him at the door, good boy, guide him outside, and then praise him for going outside where you want him to go in the yard. Don't force your new puppy in his home for the first time. Plan on taking plenty of quality time the first few days to get him accustomed to the new surroundings. Using a yummy food treat, coax him into the home slowly but surely. He should never be afraid of his safe home. Don't punish your pup by putting him or forcing him in his home. Again, your puppy's home should be his safe and secure place. It should not be associated with punishment, fear, or anything negative. Do buy a Midwest home large enough for your dog when he grows up. Now that should be 1.5 times his body length as an adult. This gives him adequate room to go in, turn around, and lie down. If the home is too big when your puppy is small, the pup may eliminate in one corner of the home and then run over to the other corner and go to sleep. Midwest divider panels are available to solve this problem. Ask your pet store professional for more information about this. Do get a new pup used to his home gradually. Never put a pup in and leave the room for a long time. Remember, dogs are social creatures and they're pack animals. They survive in the wild because of their pack. Well, now you're the dog's pack, and when you leave, it represents stress. The home will foster security that a dog has when he's in his den in the wild, but he still must have you to interact with and to socialize with. Do provide soft, washable bedding in the kennel so that it is comfortable and warm. Make the inside of the home as cozy as you can and keep it clean and flea-free. Do supervise your pup anytime he's free in your home. This is also very important. This supervision is what allows you to direct behavior. Remember, pups are like blank chalkboards and you get to do the writing. His chewing, elimination, barking activity, all are behaviors that are dependent on your direction. If allowed to be unsupervised, your pup begins to direct his own schedule and his own behaviors. If you see him begin to sniff, circle, and crouch down as if he's ready to urinate or defecate, quickly tell him no. Then guide him to the door, praise him at the door, good boy, and then guide him outside to his elimination area in the yard. Now, when he finishes elimination outside, simply praise him lavishly. Good boy. He's got to know that's what you want him to do. Do use a Midwest home. This assures your pup sees and hears everything in his environment. He must feel like he's a part of the family. After all, he is. I hope this has been helpful and that it helps you raise a well-adjusted, happy puppy. Dogs are such a wonderful part of our lives, and they can teach us so many important things, and I want you to do it right. I hope this has been helpful. Give me a call sometime on Talk Radio. Until then, I'm veterinarian Dr. Jim Humphries, helping you take care of your pet friends because they help take care of you.
The Midwest dog homes just described can be purchased in various sizes and finishes, such as epoxy or zinc. For Midwest Metal Products, I'm Marty Shepard.